Alright, I got a couple crates of wood loaded up. Gonna bring to my store. We sell firewood by the small bundle. And then I'm gonna take the trailer and go to the sawmill and pick up the rest of the pine for the ceiling. So I'll bring you along for that and see if we can get some more pine here and get enough material to finish the ceiling and all the trim and the mudroom and all that. So kind of exciting day. Alright, it's all strapped on. Got pallets for loading up the pine. I just want to show you these beams. These beams we milled, I don't know, a month or so ago. These are going to go, those are the 3 big beams. They're 6 by 8. They're going to go in the living room. So, figure out how I'm going to get these up there. Wait for it. Wait. That ain't going nowhere. There, now it's official. Alright, let's go to the lumber yard, to the sawmill. What do you think, Andy? Time lapse time? Alright, just a quick update. I don't know where we left off, but we're done with drywall. I had the drywall contractors prime the walls, paint the ceilings. Jen and I have spent the last couple of days while we had a chance to paint. We got the bedrooms painted. Saw some footage of that. We got the bathrooms painted. Yesterday I did this, the gable end wall in the rust color. And we started doing these walls in the living room. Today we're going to start putting the pine on the ceiling, get that all worked out, and hopefully get in a rhythm. My brother's on his way down, and he's going to help. And we're going to try to get as much up as we can, obviously. So yesterday we spent the day just getting ready for, we wanted to get all the areas where the ceiling is going to butt up to the wall done, so that we don't have to cut that in after the wood is up. So We've still got the kitchen here to paint and some more of the hallway and a little bit of the living room up here. You know, there's a couple things. And then the whole basement. Jen's going to finish up the painting while I do the ceiling. So, what's left? Ceiling. And then after, I imagine the ceiling is going to take 3 weeks or so. It's going to take me a while. I just wanted to point out, drywall took 3 weeks. From the day we started, hanging drywall was a Monday, and we finished on the end of the 3rd week on a Friday with hanging the drywall, 3 coats of mud, sanding. Although when a professional does it, the sanding is like, it wasn't even a half a day they sanded. I mean, it was just a real touch-up. They have the vacuum attached to the sander, no dust. I tell you, if you're building a house and there's one job you want to hire out, it's drywall, because it takes years of spreading mud, knowing exactly how much water to put in the mud and mix up, knowing what tools to use, what knives to use on each different coat. Those guys are just, they're magicians, man. They're amazing. I don't regret 1 minute farming that out. I mean, it was 150 4x12 sheets of drywall, so they use 12s, 14s, 16s. You know, that's another thing is they know how to do it, so just hire that out. So anyway, we're doing the ceiling, and then after the ceiling's done, I got someone coming in to do the floors. I can't do the floors with my knee. I can't physically kneel on my left knee, so how am I going to do floor? So my friend Joe is going to come in and do, he's done work for me in the past. He's going to do the floors. We're going to do tile in the bathrooms under the wood stove here, and then a hardwood, like a pre-finished hardwood situation on the floors for the rest of the house. All right, enough rambling. Let me get to work. It's a 60 grit. I'm going to be here. No, we want to be here, right? We're going to go from there down.
We got it. Yeah, we're going to.
I think we're going to introduce the ladder to the equation.
Let me give you a quick. Come down here and get this one right here. And we'll have to push this one up. You don't have your block there. No. Which one? Right there.
So this isn't sketchy at all. We got the ladder on top of the scaffold, so I can reach up there. This ladder against this post. We're going to set this board for a plank so we can walk out onto the scaffolding. And I suppose Todd's going to jump onto the ladder. See how this goes. Is that what you're thinking? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's a good thought or not. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
It's a 12 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet. 10 foot.
All right, I see it. Okay, we're going up to there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tape measure.
Going?
Yep. This is the worst of it, I'd say. Here you go.
Yeah. That ain't gonna work. Okay. Where we want to be? Inside there? Yeah.
You want to be plotted right to that board.
Okay.
154.
Okay.
I just want to take a minute to point out a couple of things because I know I'm going to get questions on them. Number one is we started at the top of the ceiling because we wanted to get the hardest part of the project done first. I don't know, I always like to do it that way. That way you don't dread the end of the project because it's always harder at the end than it is at the beginning. But anyway, so we started at the top. As we moved along, we realized it was much easier to use shorter boards rather than, I think we're using a 14-footer right here, and it just created its own set of issues. So as we moved forward, we ended up using like 8s and 6-footers and things like that. So that made things a lot easier. I don't know why we didn't figure that out at the beginning. But we also started at the top because we had to get, as you saw before, we had to get the boards up on top of those collar ties, and that was a real struggle. And again, I wanted to do that at the beginning rather than at the end. So, and the second major reason we started at the top is because after Todd left and I was working by myself, I figured if I was starting at the top, I built a little cleat, you'll see later on, that holds one end of the board for me. I just screwed it into the rafter and then placed the board in it, and then I could go work the other end, and that far end would be supported. So it allowed me to work by myself, which I knew I was going to have to do a lot of on this project. So here you see me using that cleat I was talking about. Again, I just screwed it to the rafter and it held one end of the board up while I worked the other end, nailed that end in. If we had started at the bottom, there's no way I would have been able to use that because this way I had gravity on my side. We got 3 rows all the way down. the hardest part. So hopefully tomorrow we can get past the collar ties on the side and get some more down here. Well, thanks to my brother for helping me get started on this project. Again, we got the hardest part done, so smooth sailing from here. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you next time from White Pine Woods. So long.